actress Mia Farrow has ended a fortnight-long hunger strike that she endured as part of a campaign to highlight the plight of starving and sick orphans in the war-torn African region of Darfur in Sudan. Every day, she's made films on YouTube, charting her physical decline, but finally ended the ordeal when a doctor stepped in and said she was 48 hours from death. She said, "I'm not presuming anyone will care whether I starve to death, but I can't be among those who just watch others. I honestly couldn't think of anything else to do." So is that admirable? Should she be revered for sort of taking that rather drastic step?
No, there are other things she could do, frankly. Look at...
Well, I think she's tried very hard, hasn't she, to get publicity for the cause.
Look at Joanna Lumley and the Gurkhas. You know, she managed to persevere and used her celebrity to see the Prime Minister. If Mia Farrow wants Barack Obama to take a notice of her, go and chain herself to the railings of the White House. This is, well, you know, because that's what the good old girls did in the good old days, worked for them. But I'm always suspicious. I'm sorry, I think she's probably a very, very caring person, but I think celebrity is a very dodgy area to start all this, and she's managed to stop just before she dies. You know. Typical actress.
I mean, I'm not saying that I think she was right to do what she's doing, but I understand the desperation. I mean, I think she, you know, she was on this show actually a few months ago talking about the same issue. She's spent long periods of time in that region. She's very involved. She obviously feels deeply and passionately about it. And I think when you feel as though nothing you've done has worked, you know, it's kind of a step of desperation. And clearly what she was trying to do is she's a celebrity, and she's hoping to...
So she will get noticed,
She was going to get noticed, draw attention to the conflict that's going on there, and maybe even embarrass the American government into doing something. That's what she was trying to do, however misguided it may have been.
I don't think ever that anything that's that self-destructive ever be a positive force for good. I mean, there's something terribly negative about that to me.
I think she's got noble intent. She's doing it to try and help people who are, you know, who are having a terrible time.
I'm surprised she survived. I mean, I've seen more fat in a cold chip to start with. I mean, my goodness.
But you have to say, it is very admirable, isn't it? I mean, you know, she had courage. I think there are more practical things she can do. I mean, I walked, you know, did the march for Iraq, the war against Iraq. Now, OK, you can say, oh, so what? But, you know, it was the only thing that we all thought we could do at the time. But I think starving to death doesn't really prove anything.
It's very extreme, and I have to say, in these days when people are easily pushed into extremes, and there are some nasty extremes out there, this is not helpful. If we could show a way of talking, you know, that all through history you see where extremes has taken it. Violence breeds violence. Extremes do not ultimately, I think, work. And I understand her care. I just think it's... There are other things she could do.
There are practical things.
Has it been effective? At the end of the day, has it been effective? Has it made a difference? I mean, she's got 15 children, this woman, as well. What kind of... What's it doing to them to see your mother try to starve herself to death?
That's the only thing I would have said. This would frighten me for the people around her, for her children and you know, all the people around her. That is what I think is wrong. But I do think it's admirable that somebody is passionate and cares enough to do anything these days. I wish people would get off their backsides and do something in this world.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Now,
yes, okay.
On a slightly lighter